Airlines have always had to manage operational disruption, but in the past year or so, that ability has become crucial to survival. Now, with travel restrictions, quarantines, new vaccine strains, all likely to affect the industry for the foreseeable future, the ability to deal with operational disruption has become crucial to sustainability and to the business reputation. In this interview, I'm going to speak with Alexander van Duydekom. He's the managing director of Getty, and they have a number of solutions in this area which are both cost-effective and transparent. Moreover, they can help enhance the business. Welcome, Alex, and thank you for talking to airlines.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Graham. And just a quick introduction. My name is Alexander van Duydekom. I'm the CEO and founder of Getty. I founded the company over 5 years ago as I saw a tremendous opportunity in providing global mobility solutions.
COVID-19 has caused airlines to reevaluate their operational strategies, including the use of digital solutions. Why is now the time for carriers to embrace intelligent tools?
Yes, it's a good question, Graham. And obviously the industry is in a very difficult time at the moment. And airlines are under pressure to save cost. And as you said, reevaluate their operation. Where can processes be automated, improved, especially by using digital solutions? Well, as companies are emerging from this pandemic, it will be more important than ever to operate with leaner budgets and resources. And outsourcing crew transportation can be a great solution to achieve that. And what we see is that at airlines, there are still many possibilities to automate processes by using these digital tools. And this, in the end, will save a lot of cost for the airline and at the same time improve the overall experience of all the stakeholders involved.
How can digitization improve ground crew transportation? Why is this such an important area?
Well, first of all, the ground crew transportation is a very important element for the daily operation of the airline. Should the transportation be late, for example, then the crew is late at the airport and the flight could be delayed, causing reputational damage and other costs that can be occurred because of this delay. At the same time, it's a very fragmented operation. The airline has to manage at 100 destinations all the transportation providers, or all the orders have to be sent to these transportation providers. So by digitalizing this process, you can streamline it in an efficient way by using a single platform. And we can even fully automate this process of sending the right orders to the transportation providers. And in the end, all stakeholders will benefit from this. The crew will have a better experience because they can see in the app that we offer where the driver is located, what the arrival time is of the driver. The operations center of the airline will have full insight on the operation. They can keep track of all the rides. They can also have all the data available for accurate reporting. So overall, a lot can be gained by digitalizing it, which will save a lot of cost because manual handlings are now being automated. By using our platform, the airline gets insight into all the data. So instead of relying on assumptions that the operation, the ground crew operation is running smoothly, there will actually be supporting data on the on-time performance of the local suppliers. So an airline, for that reason, can take action then.
So how does Getty support these airlines?
Yeah, so we offer airlines a total solution to manage their ground crew transportation all over the world. We do that by using the latest technology, but what we offer to the airline is a global vetted network of transportation providers that complies with the usual airlines policies. At the same time, because we are offering our services to several airlines, an airline can benefit from our buying power that we have with the local transportation providers. The second element of our solution is the technology. So our platform is very intelligent and it can streamline and automate the processes of sending the orders towards all the hundreds of transportation providers in the airline's network. So at the moment it's being done often manually, and we can automate that side. Furthermore, because there's now a single system in place, all the stakeholders that are involved, so the crew, the transportation providers, the operations center of the airline, they can have full insight in the operation. So for the crew, we offer an app where they can keep track of the drivers, see what the estimated arrival time is. The transportation providers receive via system all the orders. And very important, the crew operations center of the airline is in complete control. They have full insight on this operation. And on top of that, we offer the airline 24/7 multilingual support with our own operations center. So should there be any support required for the crew or for the operations center or for the transport provider, we offer that as well.
The downtime created by COVID-19 has fueled a boom in products designed to help airlines in the industry restart. Is Getty working on anything new?
Yeah, so we just launched a new web-based platform alongside with our airline partners to help their flight operation teams quickly and efficiently book ground transportation and hotel accommodation for their passengers when a flight has been diverted. It's essential that this is managed in an efficient and smooth way because the passenger satisfaction, especially in these times, it's paramount to the airline to protect their client base. So we help the airline with our platform to quickly book this hotel accommodation and the ground transportation to get the passengers to their original destination as quick as possible and giving the airline a full overview of where the passengers are, what the arrival time is of these buses, so that also the passengers can always be real-time informed. It's so important. And that the airline has control over this operation. And in the end, it will save costs for them, not only because we can offer them more attractive solutions for the hotel accommodation and the buses, but it's important that you are within the EU 261 claims, in Europe at least, to avoid extra cost.
Is there a chance of more flights diverting in the current COVID-19 era?
Absolutely, you're right, Graham. Not only are, of course, the weather influencing the disruptions, but with the pandemic still going on, it's likely that certain regions can be all of a sudden closed. And for that reason, also a flight has to divert. On top of that, certain secondary airports might not be open. So when the flight is diverting, it could be much further away from the original airport, making it even more important to manage this process in a smooth way.
The Getty product helps airlines capture data. Why is this important?
Well, especially in this time, cost control is more important than ever. And what you want to know is, of course, what you exactly spend on certain types of the operation. And our platform will give the airline the ability to keep track of all the costs and have accurate reporting on that. At the same time, our data can help the airline with finding the right places to save cost.
Tell me more about the company and the airlines you work with. What airlines benefit most from working with Getty, and what is your geographical reach?
Yeah, so all type of airlines can benefit from our solution. So it can be the smaller regional carriers up to the global legacy carriers. We're doing that at the moment for British Airways, for Iberia. We're doing it for the leading low-cost airline in Europe, Ryanair. We're doing it for a smaller carrier, CityJet. So our solution is available to any type of airline. Also, we have a global reach. So we can offer our services in over 110 countries and over 1,000 destinations worldwide.
Looking to the future, will Getty be expanding its work in the aviation industry or indeed in other industries?
Yeah, absolutely. Our focus is at the moment on expanding our range of products for the airline industry. We really see that the coming time, airlines will be embracing digital tools, and there's still a lot of opportunities on that side. So besides this disruption platform, we're all looking always at other areas of how can we help automate processes at the airline. At the same time, we're also a mobility company with our global network of transportation providers. We're also offering that towards other industries. For example, the assistance industry, where we are repatriating passengers when ground transportation is needed. We also offer it to corporates for their business travelers. We actually have a very big operation for Visa in South America. But for the coming time, our focus is really on supporting our airline customers.
Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to airlines.
Thank you so much for having me, Graham. It was great talking to you. Please, if anybody's interested in getting more information on the products I talked about, getting a demonstration, for example, please contact our sales teams by using the contact details below on the screen, and we will reach out to you.